talk about something here. In the Sylvester Stallone movie, arm wrestling movie, Over the Top, Bull Hurley, the big guy, he's interviewed before the arm wrestling match, and he's like, "It's all about winning. Second sucks." Uh, and he's right. A lot of people complain I'm too extreme, I'm too this, I'm too that. Always focused on winning, always focused on, even my daughter, people keep telling her, you don't always have to win, you don't always have to win. But I quietly tell her, and she listens, no, it is about winning all the time. It's not about second place. Yeah, if you try your best, your level best, and then you still come second, then that doesn't matter. But I am yet to see somebody that has tried their level best at anything, I mean their level best, and not come out tops. Uh, Part of the reason, man, I've always had, a lot of guys say, you can only get women if you have money, you have this, you have that, fame. I've had women when I have had plenty of money, no money, right now, when I was younger, when I was older. Like my ex-girlfriend said, I gotta flick these women off of you like mosquitoes. I've always had them. Part of the reason behind that is I'm high value. And that happened because anytime I've truly tried something, I have not failed. There is not one single thing in this world, no matter what it is, that if I put my heart and soul into it, I'm going to fail. I'm just being honest. I'm not bragging. I might not be the very best, but I'll be close enough, and then that doesn't mean, so if I'm comparing myself to Michael Phelps at swimming, I might not be Michael Phelps, but I'll still be good enough that people will remember me. In my own, sphere of competition, I'll be number one. But anyway, back when we had that court case, man, back when when we had that court case about the cops looting money from us and all this, and I remember a conversation I had with my dad, and he simply said, "Oh, they're the cops, they're right, and it doesn't pay to get tough with the cops." Now, maybe theoretically speaking, his statement was correct, but then we fought that. I paid for it. We fought it. We won. Of course, after we won, everybody was on our side, right? But if we hadn't taken those steps, if we hadn't gone to court, spent all that money, gone through all that stress, legal battle, nobody would say we were right, even though we would have been, even if we lost the case. There was no way we were going to lose that bullshit. And I still, till this date, have not got all the money back that the cops looted from us, the cops and the lawyers. We got half of it back, but not all of it. I don't know why the court didn't see fit to return all of it, or order them to return all of it, but whatever. Now, at that time, it was like, like Uncle Bob said, you got to forget about this, man, and move on with your life. And he also said, you got to make a Bollywood movie out of it, on it, which I never did, maybe in the future. But it's a sage lesson that life is all about winning, man, especially as a man. And this applies to women too, but especially as a man. Nobody remembers the vast majority of men out there that work labor every day, that slave away in the offices at these bullshit jobs trying to provide they're trying to provide for their families. But do their families remember them? Do people remember them as being exceptional? Does anybody remember them after they're gone? No, nobody. Who are the men the world remembers? The true winners, the Jeff Bezos, the Henry Fords, maybe the Andrew Tates, the Michael Phelps, the Mike Tysons. These are the guys that the world remembers. And in your own field, if you're number one or right there, right up there, the world will remember you. What I really want to say, though, is nobody will remember the struggle, that you went through. People don't just become number one overnight. It requires a lot of commitment, dedication, struggle, blood, sweat, and tears. Part of the reason I am the bodyweight exercise guru right now is all that time I spent on the hill doing pull-ups out there in the hot afternoon sun, 2:30 in the afternoon or 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I was hiking that hill day after day, year after year. I didn't see results. I saw them quickly, but I didn't see them all at once. I could have just quit. I could have quit after the first year. Nobody would have remembered it, I would have, but nobody else would have. Right now, people remember it and talk about it because I've reached a certain level. Fitness-wise, I am way fitter and stronger than the vast majority of folks out there. Pull-ups, again. Nobody's going to remember you, man, if I mean, if you say, "Oh, I can just do pull-ups, up to here," unless you do them properly, nobody's going to remember you. Okay, it don't matter how much blood, sweat, and tears you put into it, and that's commendable. Don't get me wrong; it's very commendable. Hard work is always commendable, but nobody remembers the guy that comes second. Now, with women, it's different. They can whine and moan about it, and oh, honey, it's okay. You go, sweetie. That's okay. You came second. That's that's a woman's God-given right, or a goddess-given right, I guess. I don't know, but even women, real women that got to the top, they'll understand what I'm saying here. Business-wise, nobody will remember the years upon years upon years that you had no money, you were completely broke, you could barely feed yourself, you were constantly in debt, but you had this goal in mind and people could see that you were progressing towards a certain goal, but they would all say, you're not going to get there, or it's too tough, it's this, it's that, until you get there. And then once you get there, they will remember you for getting there. I'll give you an example fitness-wise, man. I mean, even though I used to do push-ups, pull-ups, and all that, nobody ever gave me a fighting chance, given how fat and obese and how genetically disadvantaged I am, which I don't care about. I'm happy I am, because it gives me more of an opportunity to work hard and then overcome those. Nobody gave me a chance to have a strong grip, a strong chest, strong body, completely fit, running, sprinting, no matter what physical activity you throw at me, I can fucking do it, I'm not a kickboxer or an athlete or a combat athlete, but that's only because beyond my taekwondo training, I haven't had any training. If I had that, I'd do that too. But if I was your average guy, promoting fitness in the gyms, in the machines, the fitness trainers. Who remembers those guys, man? Nobody. The guys on the machine. Instead, you'll remember the guy who can do 10 handstand push-ups. You'll remember the guy that can pop off pull-ups, willy-nilly, no problemo, Nobody remembers second place, man. This is what I tell kids. This is what I tell everybody. You either win or you go home. It's simple, okay? You either go big or you don't go at all, Second simply sucks. Now, the vast majority of people in this world are content, not only content with coming second, but they're also content with pushing that ideology. Oh, honey, you don't need to try that hard. Oh, honey, it's okay to come second. You don't always have to win at every game. But that's bullshit, man. You do have to win. What is life about, man? Genghis Khan, when he went into fucking battle, didn't say, oh, it's okay if I lose, I get my head decapitated or whatever, and live to fight another day, which he wouldn't. Napoleon didn't say that. In the World Wars, it wasn't about who would come second. It was about who would win, because second would die. Simple. Now, this doesn't need to be taken to giddy limits. But the point is this, man. A lot of people have this thing of fitness-wise again. Oh, it's okay to just do a few push-ups a day. It's okay. No, it's not. If you can do 500 a day, you do 510 a day. If you can do 510 a day, you do 550 a day. Pull-ups. If you can just do one in proper form, keep doing that one until you can do 5 in proper form, which will take you a long, long time. I'm going to tell you right now. It'll take you a while, Nobody remembers second place. Nobody will remember, and this is what you really need to bear in mind, all that hard work and effort that you put in, all that sacrifice you made, all those sleepless nights you spent, all those nights you were hungry, you had no food, no money, you were deep in debt, you were borrowing money from people were in your backyard asking you for their money back. All of that will go to naught, and nobody will remember it until and unless you make it big, succeed. This is why I keep saying, man, beg, borrow, steal, succeed at any fucking cost, no matter what the fucking cost is. I spoke about earlier, even family. Your family is not going to remember you if you're just a run-of-the-mill motherfucker that, But if you get big, if you build something yourself, you make something of yourself, you make a brand yourself, a company yourself, you do very well in your chosen field, they will remember you. By extension, they will have no choice. They may not like you, but they will remember you. That's a choice we all have to make. Do we want to be liked or do we want to be remembered? I don't want to be liked, but I'd like to be remembered and respected in my own fields. I did this video before on how women, in general, and again, there's always exceptions to the rule, but as women grow older, they naturally lose value. Men are the ones that age like fine wine. Who do you see with all the girls, man? It's generally the older guys with a lot of money, or guys like me, young or old, because we're high-value men. But these older pot-bellied men with all these hot girls, they're only there for the money, but they're high value because it's simply that reason. They have a lot of money, okay? How many times do you see the older, decrepit women running around with hot guys? It just doesn't happen. A woman, as she ages, she loses value. It's simple. It's nature. You may not like me for saying it, but that's what it is. You know, maybe that's why all these women, they're looking for one guy that can control their whole life, and then, you know, on the side, they can have their young guys, if the young guy wants it, you know, or the hot guy, or the high-value guy, whatever. Women are practical, you know. But my point is this. A lot of times you think, you know, oh, I'm being denied access to my family, this and that, da-da-da, blah, 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 you know. That, you know, I'm losing precious time and all that. You're only losing precious time, man, if you're not investing that time into making yourself high value. If you make yourself high value, eventually, sooner rather than later, you're going to succeed at a high level. Then that woman who's been, you know, ignoring you, that chick who's been blocking you, that fucking bitch who's been, you know, playing games with you, whatever the case might be, she's going to sit there and think, if I had just stood by him when he needed support, if I had just stood by him when, you know, he had nothing, if I had believed in him, if I had done this, and then, you know, those thoughts are going to go through her. They probably are right now, too. Like this girl, Sophia, is so irritating, man. She'll keep constantly playing these stupid games with me. She'll block me one day, she'll unblock me the other. And I'm like, you know, I finally done got the red ass and blocked her. But she's still trying to contact me. But her contact is just, you know, she'll send a little smiley just to see if I am still getting her messages. So that makes her happy. Oh, you didn't completely block me. Well, guess what, honey? I did block you completely. These same women, these same people, all those friends that never supported you, all those friends that kept saying you need to be normal, once you get there, their tune is going to change. It's amazing, man. It's amazing how people change their opinion based on social validation. You win a court case, you're right. You lose it, you're wrong even if you're right. You know, I mean, all my life, it's been about that, you know. It's been about winning because I simply had to. If I didn't win, I'd get fucking crushed. And I still will. You know, my competition will crush me. As a man, it is a very competitive world out there. If you're not head and shoulders above other men at what you do, that is why pull-ups, push-ups, handstand push-ups, I pride myself on doing them so well, so many of them every day, because if I don't, I'm going to slip, and some other guy is going to come up there and take my place. I don't want that. I want to be the top dog. When it comes to pull-ups, you guys know it, I know it, I'm the man, I'm the beast. I'm the beast up in here, and I'm not even bragging, man. Pull-ups, enough said. Push-ups, okay, that's just how it is, bro. You gotta win, or you're nobody. If this mentality pisses you off, you're a pussy. You know, that's all I gotta say about that. Later.